Hello and welcome to Bussy's podcast. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and follow my Instagram and Facebook pages to find out who my next guest will be and when my next podcast goes live. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Bussy's podcast. Today I'm joined by my mate Josh Boulton. Hello. And it's sort of going to be a two-way conversation today, talking about gambling, mental health problems and stuff that normal lads sort of go through. Just what we've experienced really. So.
Definitely.
But first of all, mate, how are you? Alright?
Fantastic. Are you?
Yeah, of course, mate. I'm good.
Of course.
But obviously that's another thing that is always the same, isn't it? We're always alright
okay
on the outside.
Who knows what it's actually going on?
Yeah. But obviously growing up we was happy kids, weren't we?
Growing up.
Infant school, junior school, the lot.
I know, just round the corner, walking home. Bloody hell. Fun times.
Yeah, I know.
I remember we were never really that close growing up.
No, not proper.
Yeah. I feel like junior school mainly it was we had quite a lot of fun when we obviously used to walk home together.
Yeah.
Bloody play football outside out there.
Have a game of Kirby out there, yeah.
Against the bloody... It was a fish and chip shop though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a
chip. Do you remember?
Yeah.
We used to play against that, and if I was too long, my granddad would run round from the corner, see where I was.
Yeah.
You used to go into my backyard.
Yeah.
You know, well, at granddad's, wasn't it?
Yeah, granddad's backyard, yeah.
Funny. Fun times.
Yeah,
but then,
good.
I mean, where did time go?
Yeah, I know. At 6 then we've flown through school, flown through uni. Well, uni through college, sorry. Yeah. And then obviously we've gone different ways from there.
I mean, college, we had the massive friends group at college, didn't we, as well?
Yeah, near enough everyone was friends with each other, really.
Yeah.
I don't think there was many. Obviously,
there's
groups,
some funny stories back then. I'm not going to say on camera, but
I was going to say I don't.
You know exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking.
You
know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's fun times, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fun times.
How was it through college? Was you ever stressed out like that through college?
I don't know, I was pretty chilled through college.
Yeah, I think I was alright.
First year, probably a bit too chilled. Because...
Yeah, maybe that was me actually too, yeah.
I mean, I went in doing 3 A-levels. The second year I came out doing 3 different A-levels. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll say too chilled, but it didn't really affect what I ended up doing in the long run. Yep. So, that was the good thing.
So, obviously from college, I've left college, gone on to a job, just working concrete factory. You've gone on to university. What was it you was doing it?
So the first year, so obviously I've been 4 years. The first year I went to Boulton because, like I said, I messed up my A-levels.
Because your last name's Boulton, so...
Yeah, good one. Never heard that one before. So first year I went to Boulton and did sports rehab, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Met some of my best mates through uni, and basically my best mates through uni. Yeah. I met in Boulton, but the course just wasn't right for me. I was doing sports rehab, which is physiotherapy and just based on sports, and yeah. I had other plans, partying, doing all that sort of thing, and my work was last resort. But I passed the year, did really well, so I could get into a better uni where I went to Salford to then do sports science. So that's where obviously everything started, and then basically restarted first year, but in Salford. Living in pretty much centre of Manchester. Loved it. Yeah. Obviously moving out was a massive thing. Yeah. Which, do you want to do anytime soon?
No plans at all. I've got it too nice here, mate.
Yeah.
I don't do all that. Mum and Dad does everything for me, so I've got no plans.
I don't clean.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't do any of that.
Nah, I bet you can't cook, can you?
No. I cook my chicken for my pack up. And that's it. I don't do nothing at all, mate.
So that is one of the main things that I'll tell you. The last few years of uni, learned to cook, all the cleaning, all that sort of thing. Independence It'll hit you one day.
Yeah, it will, and it'll hit me harder because I've left it so long.
No, you've got a good family around you, haven't you? So
yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So, well, going off topic a bit, but moving out obviously changes a lot of things, and you really do find some sort of independence, but then you've also got to have the independence. That's not the right word. You've also got to. You've gone from sharing a mind, sort of, say, with me it was my mum. So my mum influenced everything I did, and it's hard to explain. But when you move to uni, obviously I'm buying all the food. Yeah. I'm doing my uni work. I'm doing everything. I'm getting up, trying to get up on time. Not my mum shouting at me. Yeah. It's time to get up before she leaves to work or whatever. Whereas, well, obviously, as we already know, the money side was where everything really influenced the whole of my uni life. Yeah. First year Boulton, I had the max student loan, and so obviously 2 weeks living in Boulton, something like that, £3,000 comes into your bank account, and you're like, my rent's £700. What am I literally going to do with the other £2,500? Yeah. And obviously there's partying and all that sort of thing. Student nights, cheap as hell. And you don't know what to do with the rest of the money. For me, I don't really spend much on clothes, all that sort of thing. So that's obviously when my gambling was really steady. It was like £2 or £3 bets on football. Yeah. Back when I bet on football. But before that, we'll go back a little bit. Before uni, my first chance to gamble, I was going into bookies after work with one of my mates. I was never really betting any money, whereas he was, and I was watching him. I might have a tenner, something like that. But then obviously going to uni, I wasn't really a big gambler. No. Until I had all the money. Yeah. And I had a car to run, just the rent to pay, which was every 3 months. And like I say, not much else. But at the same time, I was working 40 hours a week, which is obviously a lot for a uni student. Yeah. And I did that for the rest of uni. But I should never have needed to. Yeah. I should never have needed to work that much. No. So it was self-inflicted, really, because of the gambling.
What, so you think you brought more stress on yourself from working too much?
Yeah, 100,000,000%.
And what was gambling a way out of? Did it relieve your stress, or was it just a...
No, not at all. It was just a pastime. And like I said, at first it was small bets. And say I won a bet. Say I won a bet, and the amount came to say I won £108. I would take the £100, but bet that £8 on, say, roulette. Yeah. And blackjack or whatever. And this is when I didn't really know much about casino games. But realistically, that is probably what triggered it. Yeah. I actually remember one time, it was something like that. I had like £7 or £8 left, and I made that £7 or £8 into about £200. Yeah. And I think that was the one time that really, really
gripped you.
Yeah. And it started off, like I say, at Boulton, 10, 15 quid deposits. And then the build up, as well as living your life, they do build up very, very quickly. Everyone says you can spend like £3-5 a day on meal deals or whatever, and you see them build up. Yeah. But 15 quid, 20 quid a day, as it was, really does start to build up. Yeah, definitely. And obviously that was just the start, which is quite bad, I think. Yeah. But that was when I started moving out of football betting. So when I started getting gripped on casino games, which is obviously the part where I think my whole... No, my life did change.
Yeah.
Greatly in a drastic way. So,
because what was it for casinos for you? Because obviously you've got like quite an extensive knowledge of football.
Yeah.
Like you do know a lot, but yet you choose to go to casinos. Is it because you think there's more chance? Do you fancy your chances more?
I've always said that football is that unpredictable that you can have the greatest knowledge, and you'll never beat the bookies betting on football unless you have a freak win. You know them people that bet 5,000 to 1 every week, put like not even a tenner, like a couple of quid on. Them couple of quids add up, and the chances of you winning that are how slim, like ridiculously slim. So I've never really been able to understand that, apart from the fact that I'd know how unpredictable football is.
Yeah, so like that Leicester bet, that was like 5,000 to 1 or something daft like that, wasn't it? And that's now glorified for people winning that sort of bet.
It's so spoken about. The first thing that people were speaking about, when obviously apart from Vardy, apart from the winning, apart from them beating everyone else of the Premier League, there were 5,000 to 1 to win. Someone, probably one or two people, had Leicester 5,000 to 1 to win the Premier League. It's everywhere. Social media, TV, kits, everywhere has something to do with betting on within sport. The environment that we're in all the time, their target market, young lads, then all of a sudden when they're grown up, they're still into it. They're still...
I mean, you make it as a pro, you're playing in the Sky Bet Championship. It's a bit daft. You've got rid of your Carlsberg off your Liverpool shirt, you've got rid of whatever else, and now it's replaced with gambling. So it's very daft.
Any addiction's bad, so why is betting any better? The another thing, darts. Obviously I think it's Paddy Power. Whenever you're watching darts, all the odds come up, or on this match, winner. You can't do that. That is literally just asking you to put a bet on. In darts, fair enough, you've got a 1 in 2 chance realistically, depending on the player. But there's a half of them people that are going to lose.
Of course.
So glorifying betting has become such a norm that we just deal with it every single day. And I actually saw another an advert not so long ago for a new charity that are trying to simply ban all betting adverts. And it was really good. I'll send you it, and you can put it in the info or whatever. It was really, really good. Whereas don't you gamble football?
Well, because for me, my sort of problem with gambling, because I was just doing the £5-10 a day or a week or whatever. But then I started hanging around like you did with a friend who was doing £100 a day, and I thought, I'll tell you what, fuck it, I've got to spare this money. There's only me who I care about. I ain't got nothing to run. I'll have a go at this. And it was on games that didn't interest me, but if I put a money on it, I was then interested in the game. So like the worst one for me was Man City was playing on whatever midweek, and it was a game that I wasn't interested in. As much as City play good football and they are good to watch, I wasn't interested in the result, anything.
Just because it's on TV.
Yeah, but I put £100 on over 0.5 cards for Man City, and then I was hooked, and that's what got me. I was hooked on that game, and I was gagging for that card right up to the 94th minute or whatever, and obviously it never came. And the next day you think, I can earn that back. All I've got to do is double
on another evening.
All I've got to do is double it again. I did that for like 3 weeks before. Obviously, I took my thing. Do you know what I mean? GamStop. I went and made a difference to what I was doing when I realised how much money I was throwing away. But we'll get to that anyway.
Yeah, GamStop for me is never, like I said, it's never been able to work. I've done it twice, I think. There's always different ways around it for me, and that is signs of a gambling addict. Like,
well, that's the thing, because obviously I've signed up to GamStop, but then I've registered in my girlfriend's name.
Yeah.
So then obviously, like you say, there is always
There's always a way. And, well, I mean, finding them extra ways has probably ruined me more than when I had my own accounts.
Yeah.
Not sure why, but like when I had my own accounts, I wouldn't say control of my gambling, but it was at its lower. It wasn't as bad. Whereas when I've made these extra accounts through whatever, the crypto accounts, there is when it's got really bad. So, yeah, the GamStop worked, sort of. It stopped me gambling under my own name, using my own bank card, whatever. But did it work in the long term? Not at all.
She found ways around it.
There was one at one point, actually. I had a VPN on. Gamban, I think it's called, not GamStop. The other one. And it puts a VPN on your phone. Got a 7-day free trial. Let's just go on your VPN. Turn it off. I really don't think the help that you can get through trying it yourself. No one wants. Well, all young lads want to face it head on by yourself, don't they?
Yeah.
Think you can take on the world.
Yeah.
But if you search up yourself because you want to change, you're laid in bed. How do I stop? GamStop, Gamban.
Yeah.
They don't help that much. I personally don't think they do. And yeah, it's
because then you got external help.
Yeah.
Outside of that, like person to person to help.
So I've had through uni, I've had probably 3 or 4 counsellors. 3 of them for gambling, 1 of them for depression. And they've asked you to go to meetings and stuff. Me being me, I don't need that. I think I don't need that, but I really did need that. Yeah. I'll do it by myself. I'll keep going to these counselling because they're helping, they're talking to me. I get to tell them everything. Another thing, choking everything up, especially if you're a gambling addict. The keeping everything inside. It makes it almost seem what you're doing is okay. You're not telling anyone. If I said to you, and this is just for an example, I've spent however much in the last say month, say it's a massive amount, you'd tell me that's not normal, blah blah blah. Yeah. But if I'm just sat there in bed and I've done it, not telling everyone, then my head's you get paid in a week, you'll be fine, you'll recover until then. Yeah. So yeah, the talking is a huge thing for gambling, I think. And I would advise anybody, and I'm quite open about talking about gambling now, else I wouldn't be here. Yeah. Because I just want other people to get better. I know that there'll be people watching this probably that are in a really bad state with gambling. Yeah, I'd say so. Really bad state, and it's easy to say now, talk, but in hindsight, it's not easy at all. No. So, but it's the best thing you can do. Yeah, because I've had counselling for separate reasons, and I thought I was just talking, and I didn't feel like I was talking about anything, but just doing that, I came home and I was a lot calmer at home. I was a lot nicer to people. I was just a lot more, just chilled out a bit, and that was just because I had a normal conversation to somebody who I didn't know, and they knew nothing about me, and I could tell them everything. I think that's also a difference between not just friends and family, but you go to a counsellor and you can tell them a lot more than what you can sort of tell each other, because it's external and they don't know who you are. Yeah. Did you find that easier? At first it was really difficult, and this is the thing, it took 2 years for me to get my first counsellor after not finding out I'm a gambler, when I really showed myself that I was a gambling addict by spending too much, and I mean having to miss out on certain things, not having new clothes like everyone my age, all that sort of thing. And I realised that I would have all this if I wasn't a gambling addict. So I'd say once I got my counsellor, like you said, it does take a massive weight off your shoulders. Well, yeah, I guess so. If you get a good one, it does. My first one was a bit shit. I'm not gonna lie. My first one came through uni, and they didn't have a clue about gambling or anything like that. So it was a bit.
Is there not specific ones?
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
They had absolutely no idea. The first 3 or 4 sessions, there was literally no reason for me to go. Then they sent me to a gambling counsellor, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was getting the counsellor as well. It's obviously a really difficult process. If you go through a doctor, you could be waiting 6-10 weeks.
Yeah.
By that time, absolutely anything could have happened. You could have lost your house, your kids, and this is just from a different. Not me. I was lucky. I was in uni. I had a wage coming in. I had a student loan coming in. I had support off friends, family, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky throughout the whole of university. Obviously, I had someone next to me that once they found out, and once I had built up to tell them, they were extremely supportive, and so was the family. So I was very lucky to have that, but a lot of people don't have that. So yeah, go on.
So then, when did your counselling for depression come after your counselling for gambling?
My counselling from depression came alongside my last. So I was going at one point. I was only going once a week, but every 2 weeks it was with a different counsellor.
Yeah.
My depression did come from probably a mix of things. A mix of things from the gambling, though. Everyone knows, who knows me, happy, always just all puts on a face, obviously, but in a good mood all the time. Everybody that works with me knows that in the morning I'm the first one in, happy, until the minute I leave work, still going, whatever. People at uni, the same thing, my friends. But there was a really tough point where I was not going out. All I was doing was 9 till 3 work, uni. Say 5 till 3 in the morning working. So that was my key point of depression, where I couldn't acknowledge it because I was so busy. And it's sort of it does take your mind off it. But in my breaks at work, waiting for the train at uni to go to work, all them little things, I was nipping into the bookies. And like little things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I should have probably, I was working 5 days a week, gambling 7 days a week. Like, the depression really did take over because of that. I can't say I've ever been suicidal. I've been quite lucky with that. It's never been that deep inside of me. It's more of a social side. I was making sure I wasn't with anyone, doing anything, all that sort of thing.
Do you think that's because you thought you could get out of it, because you wasn't losing a house, you didn't have kids, you did have a long way ahead of you? Do you think that's why you never felt like that? Did you have positive thoughts or not?
My thoughts back then was get out of uni, not as in, I mean,
right there and then.
Yeah, I mean finish uni and just get out. And then these last few years, obviously with COVID and everything, I've realised, shit, I wish I could start again. Really wish I could start again. But without the gambling and everything like that.
Yeah.
But It's a tough one.
But you have had good days out of it.
Oh,
not that
so many.
not to promote it,
Yeah.
but you have had your luxuries. You've had your holidays. You've had.
I've been really lucky with that. Yeah, that, like I say, even though I was chucking my student loan away or whatever like that, I was working hard to pay for my holidays, to pay for all that, which I shouldn't have been doing at university. The whole point of the student loan is to fund your university and whatever you do on your part-time job at the side. That's extra. Yeah. So, do you ever wish you went to uni?
Not really. I don't think I can't really concentrate that much, to be honest. Like focusing on lessons and teaching and stuff. Like my behaviour at school and college, and that was never ideal for teachers, I guess. So I never really planned it. I only ever went. I was choosing one of my first decision after school, futsal or college, and I chose college because I thought there'd be more parties, and obviously that would be my only ever thinking to go to uni would be there's more parties. Yeah. But you can just go to the pub, so.
Yeah, definitely.
As daft as that, and daft and simple as that sounds, that was literally my.
No, I get that.
That was my thought process. I didn't want to.
A lot of people.
I didn't want to do it.
A lot of people think like that though, especially in I feel like small towns. It's that sort of mentality, isn't it? Yeah. But with you, obviously, you couldn't concentrate as well. So university was probably never for you. So going out and earning your money.
And that's it. I got my luxuries early. I got to go on holiday. Yeah. Got to get a car. I got everything that I wanted earlier than I guess some students around me was getting. Yeah. So I don't regret not going.
Yeah. I get that.
And obviously, I think I would have been under a lot of stress. Like I said, not even being able to do the dishes at home. I think I'd have been a lot under stress about everything.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. Them first 2 years, I say that I can cook and everything now. But that was when I was working at Domino's and I was working late, eating Domino's every day. I put on the pounds so quickly. Yeah. So, but like I say, I was like that. So, you do learn. Yeah.
But how are you doing now with everything, gambling, everything?
Still gambling. Yeah. But it's controlled. The doctor, well, not the doctor, my counsellor did say you're going to be a gambling addict forever. There's nothing you can physically do apart from turn off your phone, lock yourself in a house, have no internet, that will make you not a gambling addict. You just got to work around it and make sure that while doing it you are controlled. Keep talking to people about it. Let them know your issues so they can ask you how you're doing. There's a lot of things like that that will that have really helped in the last couple of years. While it's been at its worst, but now it's almost at the best. Yeah. Even though I am still gambling. Yeah. So.
But you think it's better that you're doing it controlled rather than stopping, because you'd be itching back at it.
Yeah.
Whereas
definitely.
now you're getting a little buzz out of it still.
Yeah, I do think that, and the one time that I did stop for about 100 and whatever days, it was a long time. There was a stage, and I don't know how it happened, where I didn't even acknowledge it. It genuinely just wiped away from me. But that was also at the time where I was heavily depressed. Like, this is after the work and stuff like that. This is after my third year uni. Yeah. And I stopped gambling, but I was also in a horrible mental state. So I don't know, because I'm not getting a buzz off gambling so anymore. That's another thing of gambling. You're not getting the buzz. So why was I so depressed? Because I wasn't doing the one thing that made me depressed. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Really doesn't make sense.
But then I guess that's where all the talking helps.
Yeah, exactly.
So you had any bets on recently?
I actually have one on today. Yeah. Which is really bad, but like I say, it's football bet. And I wouldn't do it throughout a normal season. It's the Euros, so I've had a little. This is my first bet on the Euros actually. I think I had. I think it's like a 5-fold for all the favourites in the next 2 days to win. Yeah. And obviously Ukraine won, Belgium are winning. That's 2 out of 5. But what about you?
No, I ain't had a bet since 1st of May.
That's class. Really good.
Not that obviously not fancied one. I've been having a look, but just not felt the need. I've actually been interested. I think because it's the Euros as well. I've actually been interested in the football regardless of needing to bet to be interested. And I found it pretty easy, to be fair.
If you're into football betting, almost the May to September time can often be a good place to stop pre-season. But obviously with the Euros you expect to maybe, but the fact that you haven't, mate, that's class.
Definitely. I think my next bet will probably be first game of the season. Just a fancy knacker or whatever. Stick it on sensibly. Must advertise responsible gambling.
Responsible gambling only. But that's class. That's really good. Who do you fancy?
I don't know. Italy look good, but they haven't played anyone half decent.
Maybe saying about any of the teams, though, can't you? Apart from France, Germany.
Yeah, France.
France did batter Germany as well. No, they didn't.
No, they got a couple ruled out.
Yeah, right. Ignore that. What am I on about? Start that again. What am I on about? Fucking France battered Germany. Germany, second half battered France, but France were just too strong defensively, and I mean France did what they had to do. They got a goal, and that.
As a winner, who are we saying? Prediction?
Probably France.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously England. We all know it's coming home.
Yeah.
But realistically, if we play France, have we got enough to beat them with the back line? I mean. If Maguire's back, but if we've got bloody Mings and Stones.
To be fair, them first 2 games in them friendlies, Mings, I thought, oh my god, nightmare. And
liability.
But then that first game, Phillips obviously man of the match. Mings, I thought was second best behind him.
I don't think he did anything. I think he made 2 decent tackles.
I don't know. I thought he played well. I was pretty steaming in the pub though, wasn't I?
Yeah, exactly.
Can't say much.
Where did you watch it?
Warren Lodge.
We went at Warren. I know, everyone's going tomorrow. I'm well jealous.
Yeah.
Are you going tomorrow?
No, I'm off to someone's house.
That's alright then. I'm off Beer Killer, I think. Which we've mint. So
we'll obviously call it a day there on some positives. I ain't had a bet since 1st of May.
Exactly.
You've just got your first.
My degree.
Yeah, so that's brilliant.
Somehow. I've come out with it, but.
And obviously we're both working towards responsible gambling.
Exactly.
And that'll be the best way forward. So thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, and you, mate. Yeah, it's a good chat. I'll leave some links in the description for the likes of GamStop and stuff for people who might want to get help individually. But I'd say the best way of getting it would be through a counsellor.
Counsellor, talking first to your family, friends, then go to a counsellor when it's not even when it's absolutely necessary. As soon as you realise that you are a problem gambler, get to a counsellor.
Yeah.
Class.
Nice one. Thank you so much for watching. For more videos like this, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and to find out who my future guests will be, please follow my Instagram and my Facebook pages.